of an angel. Now, none of this is in today's scripture reading. All we heard was the terrible conclusion. They dragged Stephen out of the city, and stones were thrown at him until he died. And as Stephen died, he asked that God forgive those who were throwing the stones. The author of Acts makes a very clear connection between the death of Stephen and Jesus' death. There are no words of hatred or vengeance coming from Stephen at the last, only words of forgiveness and acceptance. Stephen is a servant of Christ even in death. As his earthly life ended, Stephen knew himself to be in fellowship with Christ. But as word spread in the Christian community about Stephen's martyrdom, fear took hold of that congregation in Jerusalem, and members began to scatter like stones, thrown in all directions. Very soon, the young Christian church was scattered and tossed all over the place. It looked as though this new faith would end before it really began. But that's not how it turned out. All those scattered stones began to preach and teach and welcome others who had been tossed aside by the winds of hatred and injustice. Those who were scattered by the death of Stephen began to tell the story of Jesus. Others who had been thrown aside by the world, those poor, the orphaned, the neglected, and hungry, found a place where they could settle and be welcomed by and accepted in Christ. Because in Christ, they found refuge and strength, a home, a safe place to live and dwell. So stones that were thrown and tossed aside became the foundation of the Christian church. Now, nevertheless, becoming a follower of Christ wasn't at all an easy thing to do. It was downright dangerous to be a follower of the way, as the early Christian church was known. People were frightened. They were putting their lives on the line every time they found their way to weekly worship services. So imagine how people felt when they heard, as we just did, this sermon of Peter's. Did you notice that Peter told his listeners that God had chosen them? God had picked them, the least of all, to be the people who would build the new church of Christ. With Christ as the cornerstone, they were being called by God to be the stones which would live and breathe and become the church. Christ, who like them had been rejected, who also suffered and died. Jesus, who shared their pain, was God's chosen and beloved Son. Christ had become the stone upon which they were all building their faith. These living stones were called by God to become the foundation. They were laying the groundwork for the church of which we are a part so many centuries later. These are God's chosen people. How wonderful it must have been for these folks to hear that they, of all people, were chosen to do this work. We all enjoy knowing that we've been chosen for something. We need to know that someone wants us, that we've been singled out from among so many. Being chosen is a whole lot better than being rejected. After all, rejection isn't something that any of us wants very much. Now, most of us may have childhood memories of that ritual of choosing sides. It happened a lot when I was growing up. No one wanted to be the last kid picked for a team. If we were, it meant that somehow we didn't measure up to the others. Maybe we didn't run fast enough or catch or throw a ball well enough. And so we could find ourselves left there standing alone, rejected, the last to be chosen. That's not such a good place to be. And so it's something for us to hear these words of Peter, that we too are chosen to be God's people. We have been picked by God. Hooray for us! Yes, indeed. It's great to be chosen, isn't it? good. Wait a minute. There might be something more to consider here. Just what does being chosen really mean? Does it mean that we get to sit around and feel smug and superior? Does being chosen mean that God somehow smiles on us and no one else? Are we that much better than other people? No, that's not what being chosen means. Being chosen doesn't give us permission to think better of ourselves than we should. Being chosen means that God expects a great deal from us. The comforting words of our early Christian friends that they heard gave them strength and courage to carry on their lives in spite of the hardships and sufferings. Make no mistake about it, these people suffered. This was the time when persecuting Christians was commonplace, because if you were a Christian, you were going against the mainstream of society. If you were a Christian, you were called upon to serve one another, to care for others, to act with love and friendship. That kind of attitude just wasn't accepted by the world in those days. After all, as we just heard, that's what got Stephen stoned to death. We've heard the stories in the Old Testament, too, about how God chose the people of Israel, and we know about their suffering. They were exiled, forced to live as slaves. At the time of Christ, Jews were an oppressed people ruled by the Romans, so it seems that being chosen by God might not be such a good thing after all. Once upon a time, there was a rabbi who had a burning question. The question led him to hours of meditation on the Torah, looking for an answer. Finally, it drove him to go ask God himself. So one day, this rabbi visits heaven to ask God his question. When he gets there, he receives an audience with God. God said, "I've been waiting for you. What's your question?" The rabbi timidly asked, "Lord, is it true that we're the chosen people?" God responded, "Yes, I chose you to be my holy people, but there's more." "Yes," responded the rabbi, "what I really want to know is," and there was a long pause. "Would you mind choosing someone else for a change?" You see, being chosen by God means that we have a responsibility. We are called upon to work, to serve, to be the living Christ, or Church of Jesus Christ. The church is not just this building or any other structure. Yes, this is our meeting place. It's where we gather for worship and to prayer. We come here to learn and to share our stories with each other. The building is important for our lives as a community because it enables us to carry out the work of our faith. But the structure is not the living church of Jesus Christ. We, who offer our best to God, we are the living stones chosen by God to continue building the church of Jesus Christ. And if we're really chosen, then we must acknowledge what it means to be living and breathing stones for God. Living stones aren't found lying around on the ground waiting for the wonders of God to fall upon them. Living stones work for God. Living stones know the joy and mystery of what it means to serve God by using our gifts and talents. Living stones understand that God requires them to serve wherever and whenever they are called. Living stones don't ask the question our rabbi asked. Living stones don't hope that someone else will be chosen. Living stones know and understand that the Church of Jesus Christ involves work to strengthen and continue to build our faith. Living stones are the ones who come through the darkness of doubt and pain into the light of God's loving presence and grace. Living stones aren't always the most attractive. They often have rough edges. Living living stones may be those that have been cast aside and rejected. But all of God's living stones have something to give. They have something inside them that God sees is worthwhile. There is something in every living stone that can be used by God to carry out God's work in the world. Being a people of God means that we must act and be alive in the world. People of God are people of action. Stephen didn't point to someone else when the dishes had to be washed. Stephen rolled up his sleeves and stuck his hands in that dirty dishwater. Stephen was one of the living stones of Christ's church. In death and in life, he was witness to the work and ministry of the church. You know, stones are amazing things. As we heard today, stones can be used as weapons to hurt, destroy, and kill. Yet stones can also be used to mend and to build up. They are the foundation, the cornerstone of who we are as followers of Christ. We are the church. We are the people upon whom the church continues to build and grow. So I'm going to ask you to do something. We're going to have a brief prayer or meditation, whatever you want to call it, but I need to have you do something. Okay? You can just stay seated, you don't have to stand up. But when you hear the word stone, I want you to make two fists. Can you do that? Stone. I want to see fists. Fists. When you hear the word build, I want you to do this. And when you hear the word foundation, open up your hands and lay them flat. You got it? All right, let's begin. We pray that stones that were thrown in conflict will be built into meeting places resting on a foundation of trust and love. We pray that stones that were rejected as worthless will be built into places of peace on the foundation of God's realm. We believe stones that were used to hurt will be built into places of healing, a foundation for a community of care. We believe stones that silenced the oppressed will be built into circles of love, a foundation of freedom and joy. We believe stones that created empty wilderness will be built into pathways of pilgrimage to seek out the foundation of life. God, gather the stones of our lives so they may be built into a foundation for your realm. Amen. prayer today are their joys to be shared. Happy Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. You can all celebrate that. And we're going to be celebrating it out in the parking lot later on with a rousing game of parking lot bingo and some food. We plan on it being a rousing game. Along with joys, we have concerns as well. Do you have concerns to lift up this morning? Eileen.
Warren Stover has been placed on hospice at their home, so Cheryl is asking everyone for prayers.
Thank you.
And she is doing pretty good right now, but
Good.
prayers for Warren, please.
Yes, we will do that. Are there any others? We received a call from a woman named from Sandra Spencer this week, asking us to keep her in our thoughts and prayers. So as we pray today, let us think of Sandra. And all of those who are not here today, let us keep all of them in our thoughts and prayers, with the hope that one of these days, very soon, they'll all be gathered here in worship. Let us pray. Giver of life, you are our peace and wisdom, you are. Our joy and justice, you are. Our beauty and gentleness. We give you thanks for all the gifts we have so generously been given. Heavenly Father, Mother of us all, we thank you for calling us together into this household of faith. We thank you for our mothers, grandmothers, and ancient foremothers of our faith. God of children and grandchildren, we entrust to you the members of our families, both near and far, living and dead, and pray that you will keep them, body and spirit, in your loving care. We pray for your healing presence to help those families who suffer hunger and homelessness, who seek refuge from violence and oppression, who are trapped in poverty, who are torn apart by bitterness, hurt, or betrayal. Draw near to every family under stress. Teach us trust and tolerance for one another. Teach us mutual respect, fidelity, and patience. Open our eyes, Creator God, to our kinship with the whole of creation and to our relatedness with all people around the world. May we be family, God, with each other and with the earth. Strengthen and inspire us, O strong and gentle one, that we might better serve you, each other, and the world we love so much. Loving God, open our eyes to the signs of your resurrection and open our hearts to the power of your amazing